Welcome, my friends. This is your March Happy St. Paddy's free pattern. I wanted to show you what it would look like. It's got a pot of gold, a wonderful rainbow. The clover and the gold are made out of vinyl, the gold coins. All of the material I used were scraps that I have no clue on where they were made. And it takes a total of 86 minutes to stitch this out. All of my files can be found on gumroad.com/yahaz. That's YAHAZ. And I'll make a tutorial for all the 6x10s. The 4x4s that I make are all snapshots of the little items that I'm using. So I have 2 snapshots for this month. I made the pot of gold and the rainbow, and I made the clover. So those are available on 4x4 hoops. Enjoy! Today we're going to be making a Happy St. Paddy's Day 6x10 panel. You're going to download the instructions from gumroad.com/yahaz. That's YAHAZ. You'll download your machine file. Mine happens to be PES. You'll also download the instructions, and if you want, there's an SVG file for scan and cut or Cricut, so you can cut your material out. The instructions will have your threads in the order that you'll need them in. It'll also have the instructions for cutting instructions for the materials, the battings, and the order you'll also need them in. You'll need a piece of batting, which the instructions say is 6 by 6.5 by 10.5. A lower horizon, which is grass for me. A upper horizon, which is a sky fabric that's gorgeous. For the suit, for the Leprechaun, you'll need a 5x6 piece of material. For the hair, you'll need a 2x2 piece of material. For the hat brim and the shoes, you'll need black material. For the socks, you'll need, I like a kind of a lightish green. For the face and hands, you'll need a tan. For the coins, you'll need this wonderful gold vinyl. And for the clover, I got this glitter vinyl from Kimberbell. It's just a scrap I had left over. Now, put your stabilizer in the hoop and place the hoop in the machine. Put your USB in the embroidery machine. Choose the 3-pronged icon and choose your embroidery file. Set, edit, embroidery. The first one will place a placement stitch for your batting. Doesn't matter which thread you have, since it's going to cover up. Put your batting over that area. Now we're going to run a horizon, a placement line for your grass and your sky. So run number 2. You'll want your grass face up over top your placement line, and your sky face down, covered about 1/4 of an inch. And here's my sky. face down. And then run number 3. Next, you want to open up those sky and put it under your needle. And if you want, you can either finger press it or take it out and press it with the iron. And then I run my finger right down this area. And then run number 4. Might catch right here. After you've changed your thread to purple, we'll thread the needle and run number 5. Now we're going to run the blue one, so change your thread to blue. After you've changed your thread to blue, we'll thread the needle and run number 6. Now change your thread to green. After you've changed your thread to green, thread the needle and run number 7. Next, change your thread to yellow. Once you've threaded your machine with yellow, we'll thread the needle and we'll run number 8. Once you've done yellow, it's time to change it to orange. Thread your machine. Once you've threaded your machine with orange, thread the needle and run number 9. Next, change your thread to red. Once you've changed your thread to red, thread the needle and run number 10. Next we're going to do a light silver gray for the top of the cauldron of coins. So thread your machine. Once you've threaded your machine with silver gray, we'll thread the needle and run number 11. Once you're done with number 11, we'll change to a dark silver. Thread the needle and run number 12 with your dark silver. It's the bottom of the cauldron. Next we're going to run a medium silver gray. So thread your machine, thread your needle with the medium silver gray, and we're going to run a lip around the front of the cauldron. We'll run 13. Next we're going to run black for the handle around the cauldron. So thread your machine. Once you've threaded your machine with black, thread the needle and run 14. Next, change your thread to gold, and we'll work on the coins next. Once you've threaded your machine with gold, we'll thread the needle, and we'll run a placement stitch for the coins. Number 15. Next, we're going to put our gold vinyl over top of that area. And run number 16. Remove it from the machine and cut around your coins. Once you've trimmed around your coins, replace your hoop and we're going to run a satin stitch around the coins on the vinyl. Number 17. And next we're going to run a detail stitch to put all the coins in the pot. Run 18. Change your thread to dark green and we'll run your leprechaun suit. Thread your machine with the green and run your placement stitch number 19 for the leprechaun suit. Run 20, your placement stitch for the hat. Once you've run your placement stitch, cover the area with your suit material. My daughter chose this. And run number 21. Run 22. This is the jacket. I separated these so that you could actually change his cat's clothes color. Remove it from the machine, trim around the suit jacket and pants, and return the hoop to the machine. And we're going to do a satin stitch around both the pants and the jacket. And run 23. Also run 24 around the jacket. Place your material for your hat. And run number 25. Remove it from the machine and cut around your hat. Once you've cut around your hat, return the hoop to the machine. Next, we're going to run his socks. So we'll run a placement stitch around his sock area. Run 27. I'm gonna just trim those jump stitches really quick since it's so tall. And cover that placement area with their sock fabric. Don't need but a ½ inch. Run number 28 for the right sock. Run 29 for the left sock. Remove it from the hoop and trim around the socks. Return your hoop to the machine after you cut around your sock area and run 30 for a satin stitch across the left sock. Run 31 to put the stripes around your right sock. It's got one more strip at the top for 32. This one will go around a satin stitch around the socks. Run number 33. Change your thread to black and we'll run a placement stitch for the shoes. Thread your needle with black and run the placement stitch for the shoes and the belt at the top of the hat. Number 34. Cover your area with black material. And run 35. Cover that area with your black fabric and run 37. Remove it from the machine and cut around both the shoes and the hat brim. Return the hoop to the machine. We're going to run a zigzag stitch around the shoes and the hat brim. Run 38. Then we're going to do 39. It's going to do the left foot. Run 40. It'll satin stitch around the hat brim. I'm going to change my thread to match my hair color and run the face placement, number 41. Run the face placement. Now we're going to do something new called reverse applique. You take your face material and put your beard material and hair right on top of it. Place that over the beard and hair placement stitch and stitch around it. Number 43. Run 44, which will be the face. Now remove it from the machine and cut around the outside, but also where the face is, we're going to lift it up and only cut around the beard and hair material and leave the face material alone below it. So be very careful to just cut a stitch at a time until you pull it apart from the next one. Now that I've cut around the beard and hair, I thought you guys might want to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to just pick up one thread and cutting it so I can just get the hair material and not the face material below it. Once you get under it, you can start cutting more. See, I'm just cutting the top of the hair, not the face. And I'm cutting close to those stitches that I made for the face placement. I'm not ambidextrous, but I'm trying. Both hands cutting this thing out. Just leaves you with the face. And if you have a little bit of things that are jaggedy, it's just fine since it's the beard around his face. And then we'll return the hoop to the machine and we'll continue on with putting the eyes, ears, nose, mouth. Sorry about the movements. And I have a brown thread in, so I'm going to run it Number 45. Put his nose on. His ear. Heavy eyebrows. His other eye. His other eyebrow. His eye. His pupil. His lips. We're going to change to pink now on our thread. Be right back. Thread your needle with pink and run 46. Make sure your thread matches your hair color. Thread your needle. I have brown in it right now. And run 47. Run a placement stitch for your fist on 48. Change your thread to match your flesh color. I'm going to have as close as I can get for flesh. Thread your needle with your flesh colored and run the placement stitch for 49. Cover your fist with your flesh material and run 50. Take the hoop out of the machine, cut around the fist. Return your hoop to the machine. And it's going to do a zigzag around your fist. Run 51. Place your material for the hand on the right hand and run 52. Remove your hoop and cut around your hand. Return the hoop to the machine. I left that hand raw edge so I can see some of the fingers and it wouldn't cover everything up. We're going to put a buckle on the shoes and the hat. We're going to change our thread to a gold. Thread your needle with your gold thread, and we're going to run 53. Putting the buttons on. Left shoe buckle. Hat buckle. Now we're going to start the clover. Change your thread to green. Just wanted to show you my solution for trying to get my thread to run as I put it on the other sewing machine and put it next to it so it unravels the correct way. I'm going to run a placement stitch for the clover. Thread your needle with green and run 54. Cover your placement stitch with your vinyl. This is a Kimberbell glitter vinyl. And run 55. Remove your hoop from the machine and cut around your clover. If you're using vinyl like me, you don't have to do anything more than what it is. It's tacked down really well. It's the same exact color as the glitter vinyl. If you're running a cotton fabric, the next step, 56, is a zigzag around it, and I'm not going to do that today. Advance plus. Okay. So now we're going to run the text. It's going to say Happy St. Paddy's. And I'm going to run that in a dark green. Back in a minute. We're going to run 57. So it doesn't wrap around itself. And keep going. Yay, the end of that 71-minute letters. Next we're going to put on a backing. We're going to take the hoop out of the machine, and we're going to put a backing on the back of it. Place your backing right side up over top of the outside lines and tape it down really well. After you've taped your backing onto the back of your hoop, return it to your hoop to the machine. I want to use this for a bag, a pocket on a bag, so I'm leaving these outside edges. Run 58, and it will put a tack down stitch for your backing. If you're making a mug rug, you would take out of the machine and trim both the top, the batting, turn it over and trim the backing around on this line, and then you return your hoop to the machine. Once you returned your hoop to the machine, you're going to run 59. It'll do a satin stitch all the way around. Puts on a decorative border, run 60. If you have problems during this step, if you would change your machine, so that you can take your jump stitches off and say OK, and it'll stop creating all those short stops and jump stitches that stick high in the air. And then you can continue on and it won't jump at all. And then we're finished embroidering everything. And I'll let you take a look at what's going on. Here's the leprechaun and the gold. I have to trim my jump stitches still, but it's all done. Ready to go. And you can see how it does that top gorgeous stitch. They're just circles. The last one had hearts. This one was going to have clover, but I decided to just do circles. It's probably going to go on my Easter egg one for next time. See you later, guys.